The new Turkish bathhouse. Here's the first page of the technical drawings. And here's the stamped engineered architectural and engineered civil drawings. Okay, how to make a sauna on the cheap. It's still a bit of a construction zone because I just started it this year and it's operable. Anyway, I have a sawmill and I used the sawmill and some of the local trees to cut the beams, the posts, the front beam there. It's carrying the whole load of it. What I did basically, as you can tell by the technical drawings I showed you earlier, I basically made a 10 by 10 building and it's structurally sound all by itself. So the interior walls mean nothing, they're just demising walls. And I built it on a 6 by 7 inside for the sauna size. Now I can block it off here and make a little entry cove. Right now you basically just walk up and go inside, and you can hang your stuff up inside or outside. Anyway, I use 2 by 8s and they're spanning 10 feet at 16 centers. I drilled the bedrock and pinned it into the bedrock with concrete, and then nailed solidly down into those at both corners. The front corners I had to elevate because the whole lot here is one big slope towards the water. And then I used some old 2 by 6 Douglas fir roof joists from a job that we did earlier last year. And I was going to leave them exposed. I'll leave them exposed out here, but I was going to do it inside, but I just didn't end up doing it. So anyway, the joists didn't cost anything. The floor joists cost, from any retailer. You can pick those up. The posts you can use pretty much anything you want. 2 by 6 deck boards are pressure treated. I did buy this wood stove for about 150 bucks, yard sale, and it's seen better days for sure, but it's cast steel, and all of the crevices, there's multiple pieces, so there's all the cracks. I've again seen better days, but you can use this stuff to fill all the holes. It's basically cement for high temp, stove and furnace cement. And sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't, and just give it a spray paint with some black paint. And these are just some stone that I found on the property, and then I went and got some mortar, mixed it up, built it on top, right on top of the wood stove. It's on right now, so it's a little warm. And mortared it in. Went to the lumber store, bought some of these shims, just a whole bunch of shims, and they're cheap to use as siding. Works well. It's never going to see a whole bunch of weather, so it'll stay looking. I'm going to put a stain on it and make it look decent. And again, anything for firewood to get the thing going. 2 by 4 construction at 2-foot centers is all that it needs, because they're just demising walls. They're not really supporting structurally anything. And again, OSB on the outside, as you can tell. I gotta finish that up. I built the door out of 2 by 4 cedar. I notched it on a table saw. I bought 3 panes of glass from somebody on Marketplace for $60, and they're tempered glass. They're supposed to be used in a shower stall. In somebody's shower, they didn't use it, so I bought them. They're already pre-drilled. They've got some holes in it for venting, and it works perfectly that way. That way you don't have to put a vent in the building itself. 5/4 by 6 deck boards. I just cut them and use them for trim. Tongue and groove. Here's some 1 by 6 6-foot fencing, cedar, that you can buy from any store. I'm going to shiplap it with the table saw and put it up for the ceiling. So handle I just made on a bandsaw. I've got a couple machines. Inside I used a big piece of rubber as a shower pan underneath. Put the drain in, just like a normal shower, except this one's 6 foot by 7 foot. And then I poured mortar as the shower base. I'm going to put some 5/4 decking in here just to make it nicer on people's feet. And I had some of these 2x10 Western red cedar boards, planks left over. They were 8 foot long. I built a picnic table 1995. Just after I started building the place here, and this picnic table has still been around, and it was just completely obliterated by the snow coming off the roof. So I took it apart, skinned it with the bandsaw mill, and used them as decking. I wanted to keep them in here as you know, part of the history of the place. I built that backrest. This is all 5/4 cedar from any of the lumber stores that you've come to know over the years. Again, there's the back of the wood stove. It's on right now, and we'll see how hot it's getting. So if it gets too hot, even if it doesn't get too hot, I still throw water on everything because it's, you know, I'll put it over there. I'll put it on the boards. Everything gets a good coating of water just to get steam into the place, and it feels absolutely amazing when we do that. This is an old piece of steel roofing. It had kind of a nice look on it, nice patina to it, so I threw it in there on top of some cement board, as you can tell right here. Put the poly up behind this stuff, and then I put the cedar, tongue groove cedar on, and that's what you see today. But you don't want to put any coating on this stuff whatsoever. There should be no shellac, should be no paint, nothing. I mean, this should be bare metal, bare concrete, bare wood, bare cement, stone, everything. There's nothing. Don't start glossing anything up because everything starts to break down at certain temperatures. It's a process known as pyrolysis, and at certain temperatures, things break down and go back to their original content. So you don't want to start having volatiles gassing off as you're sitting in here enjoying yourself. The windows, again, the piece of glass from the shower stall. Trim, 5/4 by 6 decking. There's the 2x4s. I still have a couple pieces to put on. They'll get done in the next month or two. And again, that's basically it. And for very little money, you can have an operable sauna in your own backyard. I've got a water system for this shower head that I bought, and I've got a tin pot that's going to go on top of here, and this will be plumbed into it, and water will just be dumped in there. And at certain temperatures, you just turn it on, and you can have a shower inside here. Right now, I just use a cup and a bucket of warm water off the stove inside. Other than that, that's the basics of it, and that's it. That's all.